Utah firefighters are mobilizing to help as those deadly wildfires ravage Southern California. Hurricane Valley Fire and Rescue has already sent an engine with 3 firefighters.
A busy few days ahead. The Utah Department of Public Safety and the Utah Department of Natural Resources have 3 task forces on standby, ready to go once California accepts Utah's offer to help. Again, Utah firefighters, they say they're eager to jump in.
This will be our 4th deployment to the state of California in about a 6-month time frame.
Angela Lang is the Response Coordination Bureau Chief for the Department of Public Safety. She says it's surprising to see this many fires off-season, especially in January.
In the last 6 months, we definitely saw an uptick of EMAC requests coming through, especially for fire service resources, predominantly from California, but we also sent teams out to support Oregon over the summer. But we did have a 2-year hiatus where we did not have any EMAC requests for fire service resources. And so this year has felt a lot more busy with EMAC deployments.
They're in touch with California crews to send help, they say, in any way they can.
We've put together here in the state of Utah a task force of approximately 60-ish individuals, 15 or so engines that are going to be responding to California to help with the suppression efforts there, help with the evacuation, help in any way that we're asked to help.
Unified firefighter Kelly Bird says it's the first time he'll be going on a mission like this.
We're expecting a pretty big opportunity to try and help. There's I'm sure, a lot of needs that are still out there as far as getting people out of their homes, perhaps, getting people out of their neighborhoods, and then with the fire suppression too. We are taking type 1 and type 3 engines, basically meaning that they're not specifically designed for wildland firefighting. So we'll probably carry more of a role in the urban area where the communities and the houses and the businesses are, is what I anticipate.
Captain Ryan D'Ambrosio with Dameron Valley Fire is monitoring the situation closely. His crews just returned from a 2-week deployment in California, and now they're already getting ready to go back.
Over Christmas, they were staging for any wildland fires that popped up. We came back on Monday because you do 14 days. And then today we're notified about the big fire and then they're calling resources. So we'll be available later today to go back to California.
They're doing all this while also making sure we have enough resources right here back home.
We don't want to restrict the ability to respond here. And so that's one of the things that's taken into consideration as they determine how many engines, how many personnel, how many leadership roles can be filled. We can assure you that we're not going to fill it here in the county, here in Salt Lake.
They say the experience better prepares them for future disasters.
We get to gain the experience, we get to go and provide our services, we get to help out a neighbor, but at the expense of leaving home, unfortunately. But it'll be brief. I'm sure it'll roll through quick. Before we know it, we'll be wrapping up and coming back home. And I think that positive certainly outweighs the negative, and hopefully we can make a pretty big positive impact.
They're hoping to help out there. Now, Hurricane Valley firefighters, they're scheduled to head out tomorrow morning. DPS says once California confirms the resources, they also will deploy firefighters and other resources as early as tomorrow, too.
A lot of good work happening there. All right, stick with ABC4 for continuing coverage of these devastating fires in Southern California. We'll continue to be in touch with crews here in Utah and in California to get the latest updates as they happen. You can join us both on air and, of course, online at abc4.com.